And now you're watching Around the Point on YouTube.com. Here's your host, Heel Steven.
Welcome to another episode of Around the Point here on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Heel Steven. It is your host, Peruvian Strong Style himself, Heel Steven, back at it again. WrestleMania 33 is already in the books, and let's be real about it. A lot of you out there going into the show were saying, oh my god, this is going to be a terrible WrestleMania. This Mania is going to suck. Why am I even watching WrestleMania after all? Oh my god, Brock and Goldberg should not main event, but it's going to main event. And I did say in a previous video, WrestleMania 33 might end up sucking, but it's going to be fun anyway. However, yes, WrestleMania 33 was fun. And no, it did not suck. Overall, I thought WrestleMania 33 was a very solid, exciting WrestleMania. And it's one of those things, like WWE, they have the tendency to have a bad card on paper, but it ends up delivering in some way, shape, or form. And this was no exception. It kicked off with the pre-show. We had Neville defending his Cruiserweight Championship. That's right, the king of the Cruiserweights versus the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. And the kickoff show, which people were upset about. It should not be on the kickoff show. Why is this on the kickoff show? It should be on the main show. And I said this a while back, I'm going to say it again. The way I look at it is simple. WWE wants people to subscribe to the WWE Network. Because number one, it's a free month, and they want people to watch WrestleMania. So, in their logic, hey, let's play something, let's have something air live for free. It could convince you, hey, you know what? I'm going to get the network because it doesn't seem bad. And you know what? If they're showing me this, just to see, just imagine what else they could show me. So that's why, in a way, it's there to kick off, if you will, to convince folks to get the network. And overall, I thought, again, this match was very solid. It was very good for what it was. People were saying, oh my god, this was going to steal the show. And honestly, it didn't go that way, in my opinion. It was back and forth, but I knew going in that Neville was going to retain, and he did. Austin Aries had the last chancery, and he had it locked in. And Neville, it seemed like he was going to tap out, but he ended up like grabbing the orbital bone, or the eye that Austin Aries had messed up a while back, thanks to Nakamura. And it caused pain, what have you, and then Neville hit the red arrow for the 1-2-3 win. So still your WWE Cruiserweight Champion, the king of the Cruiserweights, Neville. It's interesting to see now where they're going to go here with Neville. I mean, do you bring someone in, I don't know, Raw after Mania, what have you, but we'll see. Then we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And I'll be very honest, my pick here did not go as I thought. Let's be real about it, I think none of us saw this coming. And overall, the Battle Royal, it was a typical Battle Royal. Nothing really big here. I guess with the exception of both Big Show and Braun Strowman being eliminated. And I'll be real, I thought Braun was going to win this. And it didn't happen. And then, you know, at the same time, you know, you had some guy from NXT. I think one of the guys from Sanity and some other Chinese guy that they signed a while back. But it was down to one of the guys from NXT, down to Sami Zayn, Jinder Mahal, just to name a few, and Mojo Rawley. And obviously, Sami Zayn got eliminated, which everyone was shocked about. Oh, this is bullshit, bullshit. Come on, really? Do you really think Uber driver was going to fucking win the Battle Royal? Come on, seriously. And then it was down to Jinder Mahal, Mojo Rawley, and this NXT guy from Sanity, if you will. And Rob Gronkowski runs in, gets in the ring, and takes down Jinder Mahal. And when that happened, you kind of knew where they're going to go with this, because obviously Rob Gronkowski from the Patriots is very good friends with Mojo Rawley. And yes, Mojo Rawley ended up winning the Battle Royal. I'll be real about it. I didn't see it coming. But at the same time, let's hope here. Let's just fucking hope that they do something now with Mojo Rawley. I don't think they will, but that's just me, of course. And then we had the Intercontinental Championship match added to the kickoff show. Wow. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin, which I thought was an okay match for what it was. I'll be honest, I thought Baron Corbin was going to win, and it didn't happen. Dean Ambrose won, and there you go. And then we got the main card here at WrestleMania 33. The show kicked off with AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. And I was in shock because I thought this match was going to go on later on in the night, but it did not. And to be fair here, for a match that, let's be real about it, all of us thought was going to suck and be terrible, it ended up being a very, very good, solid match. AJ Styles came out to a red, white, and blue attire. Obviously, he paid homage to the Jordan 1s retro, if you guys know what I'm talking about here. But the match itself was a very, very good, solid match, back and forth. Shane held his own. It was one of those things where Shane McMahon tried to transition so badly with his jiu-jitsu. Like, he had omoplata, an armbar, a rear naked choke, and so on and so forth. And AJ, like a sport, you know, went on with it. And when it was all said and done, AJ Styles finally got the win, like I predicted. But then again, at the same time, I did say that, hey, there's a possibility where Shane O'Mac might end up winning. And he didn't. And it's crazy because he got cheered. Like, AJ was cheered here, like, big, and he's supposed to be a heel. But, again, I'm happy that AJ got the win. Then we had Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the United States Championship. I thought this match was very, very good. Back and forth. It could have gone either way. But it was all said and done. The right man won. Kevin Owens, KO Mania 2. And he walks out the new U.S. champion. Good for him. And then we had the Raw Women's Championship match, the Fatal 4-Way elimination match between Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Charlotte. And overall, this match did nothing for me. I felt like the stipulation did not need to be there. I personally felt that the elimination of Nia Jax being first did not have to happen. Like, if it was up to me, I would have had Sasha be the first one eliminated. And then have this double team of Nia and Charlotte against Bayley. Because I'll be real about it, Bayley does nothing for me, to be very honest with you guys. Throughout the whole time on Raw, you build up Nia Jax to be this fucking monster, right? That no one can fuck with her. And all of that. And you have her be the first one eliminated. It's bullshit. You have Sasha be eliminated with having her head hit the exposed turnbuckle or something that was like halfway exposed. But yet, this chick goes through worse shit, you know, going through a table from the top of a cell, having her leg worked on and shit like that. And you have her go out just like that. To me, it was like, whatever. Then it was down to Charlotte and Bayley, and you knew where this was going to go. And Bayley, out of all the things, you would have her win with the belly to Bayley, or Bayley to belly, what the fuck she calls her move. But no, instead, let's have her win with a diving elbow. And I get it, she's paying homage to Macho Man Randy Savage, which I'm fine with. But the way she did the elbow was just so bland to me. But yeah, Bayley retained, and I really do hope, that she drops the belt real soon. That's just my honest opinion. I don't mind having Charlotte hold the belt again, but that's just me. And then we had the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, because the Fatal 4-Way, another one. Tag team ladder match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Originally, supposed to be 3-way. Kaz and Enzo, The Club, and Cesaro and Sheamus, which ended up being a Fatal 4 because the New Day came out. And they're like, you know what, we're the hosts, and we can do whatever we want. Can I add one more tag team? And at first I thought, okay, they're going to go out there, be the fourth team. No. Ended up being the Hardy Boys. The Broken Hardys, if you will, but not really broken because apparently Matt Hardy cannot talk in his broken language still because of those fucking people over at Anthem. Hashtag fuck that owl. And this match overall was an exciting match. It brought me back to my childhood with the Hardy Boys being there, it being WrestleMania. The crowd chanting delete, obsolete, what have you, Brother Nero. And overall, just a fun match. Very enjoyable. The Hardy Boys won. I'll be honest, I would not have the Hardys win. But nonetheless, the Hardy Boys win. I was expecting Kaz and Enzo to finally have their moment. But it'll be very interesting to see what the Hardy Boys are going to do on Raw in the weeks to come. And then we had the mixed tag team match. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice, with Al Roker being the ring announcer. 0 fucks were given for Al Roker. The match overall was there. Did nothing really. Just, I guess, an entertaining moment. It's amazing to see how Miz was over as shit by the people there. Keep this in mind, Miz is supposed to be hated, right? No one's supposed to like the Miz. But he was over as Rover tonight. John Cena and Nikki Bella got the win. LOL. At the end, was all said and done, John Cena proposed, which served his purpose. The crowd went ape shit. Social media went ape shit. So yeah, I can't wait to see the wedding. And then we had Seth Rollins and Triple H going at it in their non-sanctioned match. I thought for what it was okay until the end. Because they tried to tell the story. They kept working on Rollins' leg. Kept working on it. Stephanie took a table bump. And that was pretty much it. Rollins won with the pedigree. And yeah, so now Seth Rollins slay the king, if you will. But I guarantee you, this is not over yet. If anything, they'll probably have the rematch at SummerSlam. If it was me, I'd have it that way. Then we have Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton for the championship. I thought this match was okay. Nothing really special. There were bugs in the ring, like these graphics that popped up randomly when Bray Wyatt did his spider walk. You would assume here that Bray Wyatt was going to get the win, have his moment, if you will. But no. Randy Orton got the win, hit the RKO out of nowhere. Bray Wyatt didn't even kick out. Like the first RKO, and boom, it was over with. We had Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. The match was literally under 5 minutes. This was supposed to main event the show, but no, it didn't happen. Goldberg hit spear after spear. Brock kicked out. Goldberg eventually finally lost. So Brock is now the champ after hitting an F5 and just hitting him with massive German suplexes from left and right and shit like that. So yeah, Brock Lesnar is once again champion. He's now the Universal Champion. And we'll see. We're going to go from here. There's been talks of him in Roman next year. Could be. But what do you do to get there? It'll be very interesting to see what happens in the upcoming months. And then we had the SmackDown Women's Championship, the six-pack challenge, which people were wondering, hey, is it going to happen or not? And it ended up happening. It got moved up to the main card. You had Alexa Bliss versus Naomi versus Carmella versus Natty versus Mickie James and Becky Lynch. The match itself, for what it was just there. I'm not saying it was bad or anything, but it served the purpose of having Naomi have her moment in her hometown, and she won. She put Alexa Bliss in a submission hold, made her tap out. Crowd, for what it was there. Like they were happy that she won, but for the match itself, they were dead. Just there, like, whatever. And then you had the main event, Roman Reigns and The Undertaker closing the show here, which I thought, honestly, was a very good match. Don't get me wrong. There are people that will say, oh, it's very depressing, what have you. But let's be real about it. You knew going into this match that it was Taker's final WrestleMania. And obviously, there were some botches from Roman Reigns trying to tombstone Undertaker, but it didn't prevail. There's Roman Reigns, though. They told a good story, too. That Roman, hit Undertaker with everything. And Taker kept kicking out. Spear after spear, Superman punch after Superman punch. Roman Reigns kicked out of a fucking tombstone. And they made it like a big deal. Good old JR was in commentary for this, which I thought was very cool. Awesome. Made this match even more of a big... When it was all said and done, Undertaker was defenseless. He was just battered and beat up because Roman hit him with multiple chair shot after chair shot after chair shot and spears and Superman punches. It was all said and done. Roman Reigns hit the last spear for the win. And Roman Reigns is the second man to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's finally his yard, so we say. And he left and he closed the show off with Undertaker in the ring with his jacket and his hat on. And he takes off his jacket, takes off the hat, and he takes off the gloves that he wore. And left it in the ring. Which pretty much meant, hey, it's retired. And I'll be very honest with you guys. To me, it brought back my childhood. Because I'll be real about it, As a kid, the one wrestler I was always a fan of also, just as Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels, and Bret Hart, was The Undertaker. I grew up watching The Undertaker. And you always knew in the back of your mind that, hey, he's going to retire eventually. But you just don't believe until it actually happens. To be fair, I think he should have retired after WrestleMania 30. Like, when the streak ended, that's when he should have been done. But at the same time, who's to say, really, right? Just saying. But I personally, if it was up to me, next year, put him in the Hall of Fame. But it was a surreal moment. He walked out, he went back. And again, just a very, very surreal, just a shock moment, if you will. Again, it just to see my childhood coming to an end. But now WrestleMania 33, overall, the ultimate thrill ride was a very, very good, enjoyable show. Which was supposed to be a bad show, right? By a lot of people out there. But it ended up being a good show. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. A lot of good stuff. But I want to hear from you guys. Down below in the comment thread, give me your thoughts overall WrestleMania 33. Did you enjoy it or not? I want to hear from you guys. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Make sure you hit this video with a big old thumbs up. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy Heel. I'll catch you next time. This was Around the Point.